Joy Behar from The View had quite the tumble as she missed her chair and ended up face planting as a result. This accident happened right as the show was kicking off. As Behar went to take a seat, she misjudged where she was about to sit and ended up crashing to the hardwood floor. Immediately, you see Whoopi Goldberg and a production assistant rush in to help the 79-year-old host back to her feet. Luckily, nothing serious happened when she fell, and Joy was able to laugh it off and get through the rest of the show. Once Joy is back up, Whoopi started to explain that the chairs spin around, and so this sort of thing has happened to all of them at least once. She goes on to say, "These chairs move, you touch it and you're on the ground," with Sunny Hostin adding, "It's happened to all of us at one time or another." What's funny though is Joy started saying that in 25 years this has never happened to her, and then she began asking who she has to sue now. The threat of legal action seems like a joke right now, but I guarantee that if anything is wrong, she would actually sue the network. The crowd seemed to be very supportive of her as well, with one audience member yelling, "We love you, Joy," as she sat back down safely. Even though they powered through this, Joy still seemed very shaken up by the whole thing, remarking to Whoopi that she went flying. Before checking on her again when they started the show, Whoopi said, "We can't even say, oh, you can't have another glass of wine. It takes a glass of wine to get into the chairs." Then when she checked on Joy again, she replied, "I just missed a step as usual." And this accident also comes after a string of controversies surrounding the talk show. There was the whole Whoopi situation that ended up forcing her to take time off. Then you had Behar oddly showing outrage for what was happening in Ukraine. She wasn't mad that a war was happening, she was upset that the war had disrupted her vacation to Italy. At the start of the show, Hostin had listed off some of the latest facts regarding the invasion and said, "Estimates are 50,000 Ukrainians will be dead or wounded, and this is going to start a refugee crisis in Europe. We're talking about 5 million people that are going to be displaced. It's heartbreaking to hear what is going to happen." Joy then chimed in that she was scared about what was going to happen to Western Europe as well, adding, "You plan a trip, you want to go there? I've wanted to go to Italy for 4 years and I haven't been able to make it because of the pandemic, and now this. It's like, what's going to happen there?" And much like what happened with the chair, this opinion did not give her any support, and Twitter was more than willing to let Joy know how they felt. One person wrote, "You almost have to respect Joy Behar's unwavering commitment toward ensuring that boomers are the most hated generation alive." With New York Post and Fox News columnist Carol Markowitz saying, "Did Putin even stop to think how his invasion would affect Joy Behar's trip to Italy?" I'd love to hear your thoughts on all this though, because that's all the time we have for today. So stay classy, and I'll see you in the next one. With New York Post and Fox News columnist Carol Markowitz? Yeah. With New York Post and Fox News columnist? I don't know why I can't say that word. With New York Post and Fox News columnist